Welcome, everybody. This is our Thursday business opportunity presentation. I will be today your host and your presenter, but I'm going to be calling on Leslie to give me her testimonial again in the middle of the training, so of the presentation. So if Leslie can get ready in about 15 minutes, I'll be calling out. Okay, Leslie? Oh, I'm going to make her co-host so she can take her. She has an interesting story for those of you that did not hear of why she does for life. So in the meantime, I would like to present to you the five-star opportunity, and I'll tell you a little bit of why I chose this opportunity. Can somebody tell me they're looking at my presentation PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Very good. Okay, very good. So when I got introduced to this opportunity, it was an interesting story. I am in Canada, I am a Colombian, and I got introduced to this opportunity in 2007 for the first time. I think it would have been maybe a little bit before that, but I have that number because I remember my sister coming to Canada and talking to me about this company. I was already in a network marketing company working in the corporate world, and we were doing very well. We were financially healthy, steady. And my husband and I, at that time, we had purchased our own home. I was making a really nice income, healthy income. I had purchased my home with a nice down payment that I had earned that year alone in that company. And so our life seemed very happy. I said to her, I'm not really interested in changing my job. I can't really I was already in a network marketing company, so I could not join her. She loved network marketing. All I can remember my sister was being a stay-at-home mom, doing several odd jobs that moms have to do to have enough money for her kids' classes and things like that. And she was happy. She was always, taking the kids to swimming, taking the kids to everything that she needed. So she came to Canada and I said, you know what, you can do the presentation for my friends, but I don't have a lot of Spanish people. You can do it in English. So she did. And I remember her saying, but I can't do it in English. I only know how to do it in Spanish. And she read out of the cards. And I said, don't worry. Everybody in Canada has an accent anyway. No, just read them. And she did. Funny enough, later on, all the people that were in that presentation have either purchased or joined for life at some point of their life. But I said, I can't do the presentation myself because if my company finds out, they will fire me. We had such a strict contract that we were not allowed to even do any side hustle, nothing. It was like I was tied to that company. Even delivering pizzas, like let's say if I wanted to do like something on the side, I couldn't. And I said, I don't want to lose my job. My job is the one that pays my bills. So my sister went on to, continue with her for life journey. And in 2012, I got a divorce. And it was a really bad divorce. One of those that no one wants to wish their best friend. And so when we did that, I actually completely lost the house, to put it in other words. I still had my job, and I said, you know what, I can make my financial life again. I just need to really be away from the toxic relationship that we were living. I said, the baby cannot be raised in a home like this. It doesn't matter how much money we think we have. You can have money, but if you don't have peace, you don't have anything, because you slowly die inside of you. So I said, you know what, let's just fix this as fast as we can. So I gave up a lot of my rights. And I went on with my baby to live in a rental place, and humbly for the next few years. My mom came to live with me. My sister sends me her daughter, my niece, and my niece, who is an American, said, I can only do for life because I'm an American. So I said, okay, you know what? Let me introduce you to some friends and we'll see what happens. Again, some of those friends that had been in that first presentation listened to the presentation again. Then I had my first testimonial, which were my allergies. And when my friends saw me allergy-free, they went like, I want to get that product. I don't know what it is, but if it did so good for you, we want to have it as well. So a whole bunch of people started with my niece. We opened an account for my mom. I continued at my job, safety of the job, right? You think it's the safety of the job. But by 2015, I was like, I cannot be in this job anymore because they were taking away the job, like for many of the managers. And I said, I'm probably going to be next. So every day I would wake up with the despair to think that I was going to be next. They're going to fire me next. They're going to fire me next. And the company wasn't doing very well in the year that I left. And so also the stress of my boss being on my neck every day about numbers, I just couldn't do it anymore. And I chose to quit the job that I loved for so long, 15 years. I was almost 15 years there. And I said, I will do anything I need to do to raise my own money. I will have my own businesses and I will do for life. This is the company that I chose. So I'll tell you why I chose for life. Nothing has changed since 2015 when I quit my job because actually a lot has changed, but almost for the worse. So financial challenges, they're terrible. Inflation, recession. Now it looks like we have even more wars. I think they were the same before, but now with internet, you all know that it's just we get the communications faster, right? So the pandemics, the health threats, they were always there. But now, you know, we can see the war almost live of what's happening right now in Gaza and in Russia. And before we did not have access to that. So it becomes almost like a little scarier. People are very nervous. And so what happened with all those dreams of living abundantly and healthy and with energy, you know, and not having all the debts over, that's the life that we have created for ourselves. And so we want Act for Life to bring you back to that moment where you had something that was happiness. If you're not happy right now, I want you to make a list of the things that make you unhappy. Is it your job? Is it maybe a marriage that is not working? And you ask yourself why. When you ask yourself why, you will find a lot of answers that you may not want to see. And most of them you can solve. So how can you solve them? Most of the time it'll be with money, because if you lose your health, if you have money, you can go to the best doctors, you can travel around the world, you can get better food, nutritious, organic. What do you need for that? Another job. So it's almost like I want more health, but then I need to get another job, or I need to look for, and as we get older, do we really get hired easy for job? I thought in Canada, I'm in Canada, in Colombia, at 35, you're done. You better not get fired, because at 35, you're old. You need to show a picture in your resume, and they see you and they already know that they don't want you just because of your picture. So I came to Canada thinking and knowing that it was different. But now in the last 24 years that I've been here, I see that it has become similar, which is if you're getting older, it is not as easy as before to get a job as you get older. Before it was like they valued experience. Now, I don't know about that. They just want cheap and they want fast. And guess what? Those young people, they charge less and they're efficient with what they do. So could I go to school and get another degree? I thought, you know, when I made my decision in 2015, I even thought not too long ago, oh, I could get a nutritionist certificate. Maybe I can get hired as a nutritionist. And I said, why? I have so many good things with this company that I'm going to talk to you about today. There's no need for another certificate. I got a certificate. I never even used that one. And my sister has a certificate. She never used hers. We both have complete bachelor university degrees. My husband has 3 degrees, 1 degree and 2 masters, and he still struggled to find a job. So does a degree really get you what you need? My husband speaks 2, almost 3 languages. He had a hard time finding a job. So a lot of people think maybe I'll do my own business. Again, I was in a family that had always their own businesses. And it's so difficult. I was thinking today, I went to a little coffee shop before this meeting they had closed down, and now another new person opened again. And I met the lady, and I said, "Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm glad that you reopened, in this nice coffee place." And she said yes. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I hope she does well, because you can see the businesses closing down. Businesses take about 5 years, at the test trial. And I thought, how much is that lady paying for this place? 3,000, 4,000, maybe even 5,000 a month. And I was thinking of the donuts because they were so pretty. I don't even like donuts, but they were so pretty. And I was thinking, how many donuts would she actually sell today to be able to get this place? And I live in a small town. That's my thinking. So I was thinking, will people really buy what she has? Like, she's selling coffee and donuts in a really nice location. Will she make enough? Will she be able to survive the next 5 years? Because the previous owner, he didn't. They close and open, all kinds of shops every day in my town. And I'm thinking, you still owe the bank that money. Like, even if they lent her 40,000, which they will probably, to open a new business, the bank will lend you. You will still have to pay the bank. So you'll be in bankrupt, and then you have to get another job. And then you're already older, plus you now have debt. So I was thinking, wow, I don't know. Traditional businesses are great, but like I said, my family had them. My father went into bankruptcy 3 times, rised again. He was a really strong man. He's like, I don't care, I'll do it again. And he did. He rised up, again. But long story short, he ended up poor. We ended up, my sister, my brother, and me, we were taking care of him at the end. So if you're not making enough, that you're actually have a healthy bank account with, they say that it's not even enough. They used to think that 1 million would be enough for senior years. Now they're saying if you have $1 million, it's not even enough to get you to the end of life. So my invitation today, which is the same invitation my sister did to me so many years ago, and I always say, my goodness, did I take long to say yes, is to partner with a company where you can have a global network internationally. And why not? This is like the most amazing and bigger opportunity that you can have. And I'll tell you why. Number one, globalization. When I was in my other company, a lot of people ask me, if you already are in corporate and you already do well, why did you not choose that other company? It was a beauty company. And I said, because I can only do it in Canada. And that was 11 years ago, right? About 9 years ago when I finally quit. Nowadays, today alone, we have 20 people on the Zoom room, and half of them are in the other side of the continent. So if I can actually recruit, talk, share my opportunity with people around the world, and I can share with people when I go to sleep, I know my team is waking up in the other side of the world. I have a leader in Australia. She's my new leader. She started this month. And I'm thinking, wow, when in the world did I imagine that I could have a team in Australia? Like, it's so amazing to know that just with a touch of a button, I can share something, I can train my people on Zoom, and all of that thanks to globalization. Rentability. Why is network marketing a rentable place? So rentability is all about um, just making the most of what you have, investing with as little as you have. So I'll give you an example. I need to drive to Toronto in the next few days, and I live about 2 hours away. And I don't want to take my car. It takes a lot of my car. It takes gas. And also, I only have one car in my family. And so I don't want to leave my husband without a car in a small town. When I get to Toronto, I got bus. Well, now they have this little app, not little, big app. It's called Toro, where people rent their cars. And I thought, oh my goodness, I was thinking to my husband, I can rent a Tesla for $120 a day. $120. But then I was thinking, oh wow, if that person that bought that Tesla actually rents that Tesla every single day of the month, even if he rents them for 10 days of the month, he'll have $1,200, and he'll pay for the payment of his car, and he'll still have the car for 20 days. So I thought, my goodness, Airbnb, Uber, Toro, and all these apps that have created the new world, which is how do we become more, how do we have more rentability? So for life, for me, is exactly that. I plant once, I plant a seed, and that seed will grow. Sometimes the seed grows in good ground and it gives a lot of fruit. Sometimes the seed dies down, and that's okay. I continue and find another seed. But the rentability is that once I find one good seed, that seed will continue to give me the fruit year after year after year. It's what happens with singers and songwriters. When the songwriter writes a song and sells the song, every time that song plays, they will make $1. But if it plays for 1 million times, Shakira, when she got divorced, and I don't know if you guys heard that song, it was very popular last year. She was saying, I forgot the title of the song, but it says girls cash in. And the joke was, well, she really cashed it in because in one day she hit 1 million views. And for every view, she was making money. Community. I'm very big in community. It's just the law. We are meant to be in community. God did not create us to be alone. He created us to be in a community. So we always know that network marketing is not about being a lone ranger. And yet, unless you are talking and supporting and motivating your team, your people, then you will not grow. This is the one business where if you help others, you're helping yourself. Let's talk about investment. So I'm going to change this slide. We actually put 300 when we created this presentation. It can actually be a little less, but I'd like it to be a little more. Okay, well, Alexa tells me my reminder. No, she's talking about it. Sorry about that. So let's talk about benefits versus risk of the opportunity that I have for you. The first one is the e-commerce part. I was telling someone yesterday, can you imagine that just with a click of a button on your phone, you can sell a product and invite other people to do the same through your phone? And you travel everywhere. So how do you not see that the world today is changing? These little places that we used to call cubicles, and maybe some of you are still in a cubicle, and I hope that you are enjoying your job in a cubicle. But a lot of us, we want to see the world. We want to travel. I have Jillian working from the beach today in a little coffee shop that she found, with the breeze of the ocean, of the Caribbean Ocean in her hair. Like, wouldn't you prefer to do that? Because I think I would. Now, I'm in my office, but I'm home. I wait for my child. I wake up. I don't have a rush. I just can have lunch with my husband. So it is an opportunity like no other where you can do your business in all the languages, because 4Life has already taken the time to translate for you all the application, all the app, all the website. You have a CRM that you don't have to pay for. So you don't have to make your website, you don't have to make your app, and you don't have to pay for a CRM. How much savings is that? 4Life already did that. You invest very low investment. I'd like to say it's between $400 and $800. We put 300, but this investment is on you. And every month, all you do is, instead of paying like that lady in the coffee shop, which she'll pay an employee, she'll have to pay herself, then she'll have to pay for materials to make those muffins. All I have to do is invest about $100 to $200 in my health. That's my expenses. Maybe a few more dollars in getting some business cards and just things that will help you around. Those are extra costs, very, very low, under $200-300 American. But the greatest part is that you're never alone. You're working with others. You're earning while you're learning. I was telling a person that I was speaking last night, I said, you actually get paid the next day. You're talking to someone, you're in America, and when that person orders something from your e-commerce site, you will have the money in your bank account the next day. For other countries, it changes. We get paid monthly in Canada, and some people, I think in Colombia, I think get paid weekly. So, and some parts of the world, you get paid different. But the point is, and this is a fact, is that you get paid while you learn. And so I love that part. You get paid for everything that you do. You talk, you're going to get paid. The health and wellness industry is now worth 4.2 trillion. Why? Because we don't want to get old. I'm 51. Trust me, I'm part of that. I'm part of my sister and I, both of us. We were talking with someone the other day. Who of my team I was talking? I think it was Chauvin. And I said, my sister invests about $300 on her health products, and she's 62, and she says she feels healthier than she has ever felt before. And my sister has always said, I will put aside first the money for my health. Then I will choose groceries. And so it is a different way of thinking, but that's the thinking that we want. This is the thinking that we invite you to have. So let's talk a little bit about the company. 25 years in history, debt-free. We're in 26 countries, and in every country that we are in corporately, we own the building. We own everything. We don't owe anything to anybody. We don't even rent our offices. It has been the same owner since the company started. It hasn't been sold, and it will not be sold. We manufacture our own products. This blue and white building that you see on the right, that is our new manufacturing facility, $2 million facility. I went to see it last year. We go see it every time we go to Utah. It's so beautiful to look at. We don't depend on any other company. We encapsulate our own product. We even, last year or 2 years ago, we switched our app so that we manage our own app. We do not depend on anyone. I used to remember when we didn't have the encapsulation in some of the bottles, and we would have to be short because the caps were not, we didn't have the blue cap, and we had to change it to like a gray cap because whoever, the third party, didn't have it. So our owners said, we can't have that. We are really we're the epiphany of delivery and perfection. We want to make sure that we deliver when we say we do, what we say we do. So when we changed those caps, it just looked weird. It didn't look like the picture. So they said, we're just going to get our own encapsulating factory, and we're not going to worry about a third party. And so now we own everything we do. These 1,000 employees around the world in every corporate office work for you. I went to 2 countries last year, Ecuador and Peru, and I went to visit each of the companies, on each of the offices for life, and each one treated me the same. They treated me like I was the owner of that place. They greeted me with a smile. They said, what do you need? How can we help you? And I felt home. And it was so wonderful to know that we have offices all over the world. You can represent this product in over 70 countries or more. I would say 100, but we like to play it safe when we're doing our presentations. But what it means is that you can introduce this product to any friend, family member, anyone you know, or social media in over 70 countries. But the best part is that these products, they're patented, protected. So these products are not made by any other company. So let's talk a little bit about that product. I don't think I have the audio. Let's see. I'm just going to share again with audio. So we're going to watch a 2-minute video about what transfer factor is, in case that we have a new guest in here while I was.
For Life Transfer Factor is clinically proven to activate the immune system within 2 hours. Transfer factors aren't vitamins, minerals, or herbs. They are molecules that transfer immune memory and knowledge from one cell to another. They teach your immune system to recognize, respond to, and remember potential threats. 4-Life transfer factors provide vital information and education to your immune system. Let's follow the path of transfer factors through the body as they raise your immune IQ. First, the capsule travels down your esophagus to the stomach. There, it dissolves, and the individual transfer factor molecules are released. The transfer factor molecules enter the intestines, where they encounter groups of immune cells called Peyer's patches. Peyer's patches are concentrated centers of immune cells, and this is where 4-Life transfer factor begins educating your immune system. They support many different kinds of immune cells, such as natural killer cells, T cells, B cells, macrophages, and more. When the transfer factors encounter an uneducated immune cell, they enter and educate that cell so it can better recognize, respond to, and remember health threats. From there, the newly educated cell creates more transfer factors to place on its surface. As educated immune cells come into contact with uneducated immune cells, they pass their immune system knowledge to those cells. The education spreads cell to cell until it reaches a lymph node, a concentrated source of immune system cells. Here, the educated cells work quickly to transfer their immune system knowledge, and soon all the cells in the lymph node have transfer factors to pass to the rest of the immune cells in your body. This transfer of immune knowledge spreads throughout the body until your entire immune system is fortified by transfer factors, making for a smarter and more vigilant immune system. Try 4-Life transfer factor products today to raise your immune IQ.
This is where I actually want to call. I'm just going to stop the share so we can listen from Leslie. Leslie, can you give us a little bit of who you are, where you're from, and also why you love 4-Life, and you can give us a testimonial.
Yes. Hello, 4-Life family. I'm trying to put the camera, but for some reason it's not letting me. Want me to put the camera?
If you can.
It's not letting me unblock it.
Okay, I don't know what I did. Okay. Do it without camera. It's okay. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, the Zoom wasn't ready for me to be put on the spot. Let's see.
You can do it in audio. Don't worry.
It's okay. Shoot, I put makeup on and everything for me to be on camera. Hi, everyone. I am Leslie Daughtry. I was saying earlier a little bit of my story. Let's see. Still asking me for some reason. So I've known obviously about 4-Life since I was little. I was about 8 years old. Actually the age that my son is in the picture. And so I grew up with 4-Life. My dad's been doing it for over 26 years. So growing up with 4-Life, obviously I got to 18 and I just didn't want to fall into my dad's shadow. So I wanted to do my own thing. I started selling orthopedic shoes with the walking company, did that for a while. I was actually one of the best salespeople there. We would sell this perfect sell was 2 shoes, some orthotics, shoe care, and some socks all in one bundle. And I was the best at doing that. And obviously we would get commission, and they would actually put me at the store with the least production so I could bring up the sales. And then after 6 years of working there, I realized, why am I working for somebody else when I'm so good at selling, when I could be doing it for myself and building up my own business? And so I actually quit. I quit the walking company, and that was 2015. I went to the convention, 4-Life 2015, with my parents. We were actually at all the conventions, but at this one, I actually paid attention and I really wanted to start up the business. When I got back home, though, I came out pregnant. So then I focused on being a mom. And so one thing and another, life hits. It was just maybe not my time. So I focused on being a mom. I did do it on the side. thanks to residual income and what was built from since I was 18, I was able to live off of, my residual income from For Life. So I didn't work. I was at home, mom focused on little David. And then I thought he was 3. So I'm like, I need to go back to work. I did State Farm. I worked for State Farm for a while. And same thing. I sold a lot of life insurance. I was matching what a girl that was there for 14 years, which was their best sales person. I was matching what she was doing. And we made it kind of a fun thing, let's see how many we get this month, or let's see how many we can get this week. And it was kind of a friendly challenge. And same thing. I realized, why am I making all this residual income for the agent and building up his business when he is the one getting paid on renewals and I'm just being paid commission so I can, stay working for him. Did that for about 3 years. And last year I said, that is it. I need to do this for me. I need to build my own business. I've seen it be done. So here I am building up my business, going full throttle, and no more looking sideways or trying to do anything else. I know that this is what I need to be doing. And as far as testimonies, I have so many testimonies about all the products. From me having an ovarian cyst before my son was actually born that I took Belle-V for. It was the size of a grapefruit. Went from the size of a grapefruit, started taking Belle-V, got to the size of a tennis ball, and then a golf ball, and then I don't know what other kind of ball, maybe a gumball, and then it was gone. So that was my Belle-V story. Aqua, I can't live without the Aqua products. If I can put the video on, you would see my perfect skin because of the Aqua product.
She's beautiful.
My son's been taking, he wouldn't latch when I was breastfeeding. So I gave him the classic. I would open up the capsule and I used to give him 2 capsules in his bottles. And thank God, he's one of the rare that his whole class at school can be sick and he might be, feeling under the weather for a day, but then he's right back to it. And he loves school. So that's a good thing for him. He hates missing school. So if that's actually like a punishment, if he's misbehaving, I'm like, I'm not going to take you to school. So he loves being at school. So that's a good thing for him, is always being healthy. And when COVID hit, I was saying earlier that we actually got COVID. I tested positive for COVID like 5 times, and I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for State Farm testing us, because I had no symptoms. I never felt it. I never felt anything. And I'm sure it was a product. I know it was a product. So yeah, that's part of my testimony, my story, and here we are making it happen.
Thank you, Leslie. Everybody send her love, because we're going to be having a lot more of Leslie. Leslie is actually a gold in our company. So we definitely are so excited. Even though she's bilingual and works Spanish teams, we want her here in the English team, telling her stories and inspiring us. And you don't live by the shadow of your dad, because you're an amazing mom and an amazing girl. And we want to hear more from Leslie, and not the daughter of Dave Daughtry, but Leslie Daughtry. So I know it's happens with Cindy and other of the babies of For Life, of the great leaders we have.
And it's a good shadow to be under, I don't want to.
Yes,
it's something to live under. And I think when I was younger, it was just, it felt different. Now I'm like, you know what? I am Dave Daughtry's daughter, and I'm going to take over the family business.
Absolutely. Well, I know that you have everything your dad, and a little bit more. So, you are your dad and a little more. So why not, right? So we can't wait to see you. We can't wait to see you get to the next chapter of your life. And next time we'll figure out what's happening with that camera, because we want to get Leslie here talking more and more, right, guys? So, okay, so I did this one already. Sorry about that. I did that one. Okay, so just like Leslie was saying, we have everything anybody would ever need: skincare, anti-aging, digestive health, fitness and transformation, general wellness, and we got them all. So why would Leslie or any of the people here say, why do I have a job? Well, why am I giving my time to somebody else? Well, I'm really good at what I do. Why don't I just put it into my own business? Well, these are the opportunities. The first one, you can become a customer. Yesterday, I was talking to a client, a lead, and I was telling him that he has a mariachi group, one of the best in Utah, and he also has a company that fixes refrigerators. And I said, listen, you can become a customer or you can become an investor. You choose. So the first one, being a customer, amazing, 25% off. You can get free product if you sign up for the loyalty program. You also get credits, and why not? And you get access to all the bundles. The next one is if you are an influencer. So if you have influence, meaning 5,000 people or more, you can actually enter a special program that we have. This one is not network marketing. You cannot build a big team. But the good things is you get 25% every time you share that link in your social media. So if you have some of those people that have 5,000 people or more, or you're interested in signing up some of these ambassadors, you get 12%. So that's quite good. You actually get 12% on the sales of that ambassador, and you also get 5% on anybody that he registers for his small business, because they can't go down that much. Now, the one that I've chosen to do, which is the one that I love, is to share the products, because I can share them with my app. And once I share them, I actually can build remotely. I can build anywhere in the world, and I can build residual income. How do I build? By talking to people. How does the tree grow? It grows with three. I talk to 3 people that talk to 3 people that talk to 3 people. Then I end up with 27 people. Did I talk to 27 people? No, I talked to 3, right? But the important thing is that for life pays more. For life pays more because you can get $50, $200, and up to $800 bonuses every month. These are bonuses. Now, if you're in an emerging country, these numbers change. So Africa, this number changes a little bit for you and for me who are in Canada, but it's around the same amount, and it's in your currency. Oh, we got our guest here coming in. So now let's talk about the steak and potato. I always like to call the bonus the dessert. If you get it, it's great. If you don't, it's great too, because you have your monthly income. This is your monthly income. Your monthly income, we're going to do an example with 6 people. You can have 10, you can have 20, you can even have 4, but it's not going to build as strong. So we always like to put 6 because that is a nice number that we have always done the example with. You have 6 people, the company actually pays you a percentage of your franchise, because this is like opening a franchise. And I want to point out that if you have ever thought about opening a business, it's wonderful. But if you've ever thought about opening a franchise, my goodness, they're in the thousands of dollars. And when I mean thousands, a McDonald's franchise can cost you like $1 million. And when you open a smaller one, it can cost you $40,000. The franchises are very expensive, and that is just the cost of buying the name. Then you have all the other costs that we were talking about. So in this one, you're actually selling your own franchise. Chauvin is finding Chauvin's franchises, and Joseph is finding Joseph's franchises. So what a great opportunity. And look at what happens with the power of multiplication worldwide. The company pays me on my first level 2%. They pay me 25% on my next level, and I'm just going to stop right there. 36 plus 6 is 42 people. With only 42 people in my team, that's the first structure, which is if I find 6, that finds 6. That's over 1,100 American dollars. Transfer that to your currency. That can change a lot of things. You can pay your credit card with that. You can go on a trip with that. You can pay your car payment of a actually fancy car with that. You can pay your mortgage a lot of the times with that. But if you continue to grow and duplicate, look what happens. So the 6 people found 6, that's 216. That's over $4,000 a month income, extra income. So when you are offered something that you don't even have to stop doing what you're doing, but you can actually get 4,000 American dollars every month, isn't that something? If it keeps multiplying, now we're going on those numbers where you can make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. And those are big numbers. Those are full-time income. At this point, you're not doing part-time anymore. You have to put everything you got on this company. So this is what we have for you. We are happy to have you here. Let me stop that share so I can see if we had any other new guests. I can see Luis twice. He joined twice today. Joseph, I saw you jumped out and jumped in again. So Joseph, welcome again. Our friend from Kenya, welcome to the For Life family. Oh, we had Susan also. Soteria, I don't think I've met, but I like your fire on your name. That means you are on fire and ready to go. Yeah, are there any questions or anything that I can give you of value today so that you can go home and say, where are my six? Where are my six? There's got to be six in the world that can do this and duplicate themselves so I can get that income. Anybody wants to comment? And let me take your mics off. I wrote everybody on mute, but don't unmute at the same time. Comments before we go? We got 3 more minutes. Luis.
Hi, I would just want to say thank you very much for, and congratulations for all the great team and community. We are here, always committed to our financial freedom and financial health. And now I want to just give a very nice welcome to Joseph. He has a great big community in church, which I am participating through Zoom here to his church in I don't know, it's in
Kenya. He said he was in Kenya.
Kalili, Kenya, somewhere down there. The big leader. So all he has to do is so simple. It's just to continue with the leadership now, not only from recording in progress, but also for financial leadership. So here it is. Joseph, I don't know if you understood anything. And there's Dr. Regina over there, Robert Regina, and we have a great community who can help you down there in Kenya. What was the best part that you liked the most, Joseph, if you can say something? Did you like most of the product? Did you like the financial freedom bit, or did you like the most about the community? What was the thing that you liked the most?
I'm unmuting you, Joseph. If you want to talk. If you want to talk. Well, Joseph is there, but I think he's a little busy with something else. Let's let Susan tell us what she wants to say. Susan Nuduta, I'm unmuting you.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to say thank you, Claudia, and thank you, Leslie, for hosting us today. I think with Leslie's testimony, it's encouraging. And I look forward, hopefully, to meeting all of you in person this year. So yes. Thank you so much.
We are excited to meet you too. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. It's always nice to hear when you guys have something to say. And we also had one more person come in late, Mr. E-I-R-O-I, Mr. E-I Roy. I'm sorry, we are finishing up. I'm not sure if you had maybe that we were starting because you just joined and we're finishing up. But if you have any questions, please, we are here to help. Contact the person that invited you or contact anybody from the WhatsApp groups. I just don't want to leave without making sure that Joseph and Mr. Roy or Mrs. Roy from Worthy Chapel, do they need to say anything before we go? And so Teria, did you want to say something? Because I muted you. There was noise from your background. So Teria, if you want to say something, and Mr. or Mrs. Usu, who I also don't recognize, you can ask me any questions before I go. Okay, we are good to go.
Claudia, I wanted to add something you were mentioning about your six, find your six people. Don't get discouraged. I mean, it is tough. You know, a lot of people, you will get a lot of no's, but don't let those no's define your business. You know, that was my big thing, was the people that, and it mattered so much to me. You will get to the point where those no's, you'll laugh at them and be like, put them in the back burner. You'll see me shine. And then you'll come back and you'll say, hey, why didn't I join you then? You know, So keep going. I mean, you tell 100, 2 might be interested, 1 might be your platinum. You never know. You just keep going and find those 6, have those 6 find their 6, and just keep pushing through. Because it does, it can get discouraging, and know that that's part of the process. Everything is not just going to be a snowball effect all the time, but you'll get there. Well, you'll start tumbling, and you'll realize, hey, now I don't even have time, to get these 6 and get their 6, and you'll just keep going. Just keep going.
Thank you. Okay, Luis, last word, and we're closing.
Just one word. I mean, every time I get a no, I get just so curious that energizes me. I say, why he didn't see it? Why they didn't see it? And it's like a propeller. It's like a petrol they put in my car. Thank
Remember how I started my story? My sister invited me in 2007, and I didn't officially come in until 2016. That is 9 years, guys. 9 years my sister is waiting for me. And
I've been
so
part of for life since I was 8, and just now at 32. Just now at 32, I'm saying it's for me. So give people their space, give people their time. Don't get so stuck on their nose. Like if it's a no for them, it might be a yes later on. And if it stays a no, that doesn't mean it's a no for you. So you stick to your dream and you go for it. Don't back down.
stay a friend. Stay a friend with that person. That person's going to come back to you. Stay a friend. Just keep writing. Keep writing. Leslie, it's been great hosting with you. I'm so excited. Michael said it was great to also hear your testimony. Chauvin also loved it. So I promise you guys, we're going to have more of Leslie on the Mentor Mondays, and on this Thursday Opportunity Night as Opportunity Day Night for Africa as well, because she's going to start joining us and bringing us more of those testimonials and of that wisdom that she has of being in for life since she was 8 years old. So thank you, Leslie. Say hi to little David. And thank you, Dr. Regina. Bronze Dr. Regina is here. And thank you, Erica, Siobhan, and everybody that was helping me co-host. Goodbye. See you.
Bye.
See you. Please check the calendar. We got more meetings. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.